Across the lonely highways, silent towns, and forgotten forests of the United States, fear never sleeps. Welcome to Horror Night Tales. Santa Claus as a wit. Christmas night was supposed to be warm. It was supposed to smell like cinnamon, pine trees, and hope. It was supposed to be full of laughter, soft music, and children falling asleep with smiles on their faces, dreaming of gifts and miracles. But for Eleanor Whitmore, Christmas night was nothing but a reminder of what she had lost. She sat alone by the frost-covered window of her small wooden house on the edge of Hollow Creek, a forgotten town buried deep in the ancient forests of the United States. Snow fell silently outside, covering the ground like a white shroud. The world looked peaceful, but her heart was anything but. A small pair of red shoes rested near the fireplace. They belonged to her daughter, Lucy. Lucy had loved Christmas more than anything. She used to dance around the house, singing carols in her soft, broken voice. She believed in Santa Claus with a faith so pure, it made Eleanor cry sometimes. But Lucy was gone, taken by illness. The winter before, she had slipped away on Christmas Eve, holding Eleanor's hand, whispering, "Mommy, do you think Santa will still find me?" That question broke Eleanor forever. Now, every Christmas felt like punishment. The town still celebrated. Children still laughed. Parents still told stories about Santa Claus coming down chimneys with gifts. Eleanor hated those stories because sometimes monsters wore red too. Part 2. The Old Legend. Hollow Creek was older than the churches, older than the roads, older than the stories people told their children. And deep within its history was a legend that no one spoke of anymore. Long before Christmas became joyful, before Santa became kind, there was a creature known as the Red Visitor. She was not a man. She was not human. She was a witch, cursed centuries ago during the early settlement days. Her children had been taken from her accused of witchcraft, burned alive by frightened villagers. On the night they died, she screamed into the snow-covered forest, her grief twisting into something dark and hungry. Her curse was simple. Every Christmas night, she would return, dressed as what children trusted most, Santa Claus. She would knock softly on doors, call children by name, and lure them away with promises of warmth, gifts, and love. And then she would eat them, not for hunger, but for revenge. Part 3. The First Knock. That Christmas night, Eleanor heard a knock. Soft, gentle, tudena. She froze. No one visited her anymore. The knock came again. Oh, oh. The voice was wrong. It sounded strained, broken, like something pretending to be joyful. Eleanor opened the door just a little. A tall figure stood outside, cloaked in a deep crimson Santa suit. The fabric looked old, tattered, stained darker at the edges. A long white beard covered most of the face. But beneath the hood, the eyes, they were not human. They glowed faintly red. "Merry Christmas." "Eleanor," the figure said. Her heart stopped. "How do you know my name?" she whispered. The Santa tilted its head unnaturally. "I know all the children," it replied softly, "and all the mothers who cry for them." Eleanor slammed the door shut, her hands shaking. Outside, the thing laughed, a low, cracking sound that echoed through the forest. Part 4. The Disappearances. By morning, 3 children were gone. Their beds were empty, their shoes still by the fireplace, their parents screaming into the snow-covered streets. No footprints, no signs of struggle, only small red stains in the snow leading toward the forest. The sheriff blamed wild animals, but Eleanor knew better. She had seen the eyes. That night, she heard another knock, then another. Across the town, windows opened. Children whispered, "Mama, Santa is here." And one by one, they vanished. Part 5. Inside the Witch's Hunger. Deep in the forest stood an abandoned chapel, its walls blackened by age and fire. Inside, the fake Santa removed her beard. Her face was pale, cracked like old porcelain, her mouth stretched too wide, filled with sharp, yellowed teeth. Her eyes burned with centuries of grief. The children sat around her, frozen in fear. "Don't cry," she crooned. "I once cried too." She moved faster than any human should. The screams never reached the town. Blood stained the red suit darker, and she smiled. Part 6. Eleanor's Choice. Eleanor followed the trail into the forest, clutching Lucy's old teddy bear. The chapel loomed ahead. Inside, she saw the truth. Bodies, clothes, blood, and the creature standing in red. "You lost a child," the witch said gently. "So did it." Eleanor raised her voice through tears. "You don't heal pain by creating more." The witch screamed, the sound of rage and sorrow mixed together. "They burned my babies! I will take theirs." Eleanor stepped forward. "Take me instead." The witch hesitated. No one had ever offered themselves. Eleanor held up the teddy bear. "My daughter loved Christmas. Even when she was dying." Something cracked in the witch's eyes. For the first time in centuries, she remembered love. The witch collapsed, screaming as the curse consumed her. Her red suit burned into ash. The forest went silent. The children who had not yet been eaten were found alive the next morning, unconscious but breathing. The chapel collapsed into dust, and the legend ended. Part 8. A New Christmas. Years later, Eleanor opened an orphanage. She told children stories not about Santa Claus, but about truth. That monsters can hide behind kindness, and that real love can break even the darkest curses. But sometimes, on quiet Christmas nights, when the snow falls just right, people swear they see red eyes watching from the forest, waiting. The end. Some stories end, but some horrors never sleep. If tonight's tale made your heart heavy, if the silence around you feels a little darker, then remember, you are not alone. Because every night, when the world closes its eyes, Horror Night Tales 2.0 awakens. So lock your doors, turn off the lights, and never trust the footsteps you hear at midnight. Subscribe if you daddy. This was Horror Night Tales 2.0. Until the next nightmare.